part 2 of my video. That lick I was doing, that was so sloppy, but I've turned the gain down, and it's going to be. Terrible. Can't even get that. I can't even do a slider. Boy, I tell you. There we go. But that's my. I had too much gain. I don't know why, but I want to re-record it and go ahead and put some delay on it on the track and EQ it. But this is my tone. I don't like going any more distorted than this. Of course, I did have the guitar back a little bit, the volume, and that's great on a Strat because you get a better tone when you cut the volume back, or sometimes your tone will also cut your tone back a little bit because Strats are real ice picky. They're real too bright. So I gotta learn my scale. I don't do octaves much, but and then get that a real nice harmonic too when you. I don't do a lot of that kind of picking, you know, like Leonard Skinner, you know. Good old Southern rock licks. Can't go wrong with those. They just always sound good. I always overplayed, and it was just make a motif, you know. And then do another lick, follow it up. That's a real common air scare. That's ooh, that smell. I used to know a little bit about it. That's how it kicks off. Excuse me. Something like But see, that's still a little bit too much gain for the. Turn the volume back. See how it's Clapton sounding. And that's the fourth position. And here's your middle position on the strap. So that's Hendrix there. Yeah, I can hear it. Well, I don't know. I just heard it for a second. There's a little more gain on that one. And here's the second position. Gain of the volume a little bit back. Blood strap all the way there. And all the way down on your bridge. Let's see, that's really body. So you take the tone back a little bit. There you go. Maybe a little more, and a little more on the volume. It's a real hard transition for me right there. It's better to do the middle finger. So you got this box. And then when you lead this note, you automatically got to take it down your back in the scale. I gotta get better at this lick because you know I got my weaknesses. I mean I got plenty, folks. I just got tone. See, big-handed people, man, they can just really move. It's really easy when it's 3 frets, but when I go into the 4 frets, up here I do better because it's, you know, but on G. I can't play real aggressive. I can right there, but I can't. But the really big-handed people, they play. You know. Just I don't have the attack a lot. I just need to do that all day long, build my strength up. But that's a reach for me when you got fingers about 3 inches long. My middle finger. Some guitar players, they have that much to their knuckle almost. They got 5-inch fingers instead of 3, 2 more inches. So like Greg Koch, he's amazing. He's got really, and Hendrix did. He was real short, had real long fingers, and so did Jimi Hendrix, basketball player hands. So God gave me what He gave me, and I just got to utilize what He gave me. And I've always had good touch and tone, but I just didn't know music, and I sounded so good that my tone overwhelmed me. And I thought I was really good, which I sound good, but tone and everything, if you can't play. And I couldn't play. I didn't know chord progression. So now I got to learn this right here, all over the neck. Major 7th, dominant 7th, and then dominant 7, and then this is your major 7. So you got this chord, real pretty jazz chord. I knew that, but you got to know it all over the neck. So all these inversions, you got to know them everywhere. So when you play lead, you go into your knowledge of the chord shape, and you play lead out of the chord shape instead of the scale. See, it's called the cage system. And that's something I got to do. But I didn't do it. And I'm 53, and now I'm running out of time, really. Just, enjoy the guitar, folks. It's not about being a star. It's not about making it. It's about making good music. But you got to know that knowledge when you start hearing that, or you hear minor 7, or you hear whatever, dominant 7, major. Why are those chords the way they are? You got to learn a little theory, a little bit of number system. But I like that. Guthrie Trapp is the most knowledgeable guitarist. I mean, he might not be a fusion player, but he is really. He can. But what he teaches is basic. It's still this is basic, and it's sad that if you don't even know the basics, you can't play guitar as good as you think you can. And I was one of them. And I knew I was missing. My Lord, I couldn't. When I'd show up and play in a band, I would be real limited, and my tone wouldn't carry me. And my tone wasn't good enough. I'd sound really good, but like if you go into chord shapes, you go into different chord shapes. You got to know your cage system is the best thing to learn. Instead of scales, I was always I know this minor scale now. I know this maybe Dorian, and the major scale, and the blues scale ain't gonna carry you. It's like Guthrie Trapp said. They'll get you by in a lot of ways, in a lot of songs, but you're eventually going to run into chord shapes that you're not going to be able to play correctly over that chord. It ain't going to sound right. And he said, well, some guitar player, can't you just play major and minor over those songs? No, you can't. You can't play major and minor over this. Or over that. So you start hearing that kind of stuff, even though it might not be progressive. I mean, like, okay, that's a really big chord. It sounds, or might just be in one place. Might not be a real 12, like 8 chord jazz song. But there's a lot of songs that'll just have that chord in it. It'll just pass through, and then if you don't really know how to play over those scales, I'm no expert. I'm just giving like an analogy. You can make a mistake over you're playing a scale like a major scale or just a minor scale that you think you're getting by, and then you try to play over a chord that's requiring more than that. That's what I'm trying to say. You know. But I'm giving music up, really. I mean, I'm not, if it's fun and I can bless people, but it's sad. It's hard to find bands anymore, and people don't appreciate the old music. And our days are stressful. I mean, the times we're living in, it's like the good old days are gone. Maybe they'll come back. I hope they do. I don't, me, I get spiritual, man. I just try to find peace and satisfaction and joy where I'm at in life instead of wanting more and more and more. And that's where I went wrong. I never was thankful for what I had. And I still are driven in that direction to want more and more. Waste comes to want. And that's my advice on everybody. Just enjoy the talents we have. Might not be music, but everybody has talents that can bless others and bless your life. And thankfulness is the key to grow your talent. When Jesus broke bread and the fish, he gave thanks every time, and it grew and grew and grew.